Yeah, I'll give you mine. On the jam line for Columbia, we have 319 Storm Cloud and 14 Vertigo. Storm Cloud getting out with lead. Columbia holding that Raleigh jammer. And Storm Cloud gets out with 4 points. Storm Cloud getting out with another 4 points. And Benny going to the box. Storm Cloud getting another 4 points while the Raleigh jammer is going to the box. Storm Cloud calling off the jam, making it a 20-point jam. 23-point jam.
Starting on the jam line for RJR, we have Pluto. And starting on the jam line for CJR, we have Spidey Tents. Spidey Tents goes on the outside line, picking up a quick lead for CJR, Pluto following closely behind. Spidey makes their way around. With an apex on the inside, calling it off quickly before Pluto can score any points, leaving that Columbia with 4 points and Raleigh with 0, leaving the score 27-0 in favor of Columbia.
All right, for Columbia on the line, we have Storm Cloud, and for Raleigh, we have Gloom Beetle. We have Gloom Beetle getting the first lead for Raleigh, with Storm following close behind them. Storm quickly getting by on the inside line, scoring the first 4 points for Columbia. And Gloom Beetle calls it off. So good. For RJR on the jammer line, we have 813 Rainbow Crash and 42 Spidey Tents. Spidey Tents getting out with lead jammer as the Columbia Pack is holding the Raleigh Jammer. The Raleigh Jammer gets out on its initial. And Spidey Tents get 4 points for Columbia, calling off the jam.
Who is that? Oh my goodness. Jamming for Raleigh, we have Squiggle, and jamming for Columbia, we have Pound Cake. Both jammers stuck in the pack. Pound Cake making it through on the inside line for her initial. Squiggle still fighting through the CJR wall. Squiggle is one-on-one with Storm. Storm knocking them out. Recycling. Pound Cake fighting through for her first 4 points. No pack established. Squiggle makes it through on an initial. Pound Cake making it through 4 points. Dog Turkey sent to the box. And Pound Cake has an apex on the inside line, calling the jam off. Leaving this a jam 8-0 in favor of Columbia.
All right, on the Columbia line for the jammer, we have Betty Bone. And for Raleigh, we have PB&J. PB and jammer. And Betty Bone. Penalty. This is a power jam for Raleigh. PB and Jammer making it quickly around the track to score his first 4 points. And gets by that inside line, scoring 4 points for Raleigh. Where are my dogs at? Whoa! PB and Jammer getting by, scoring 8 points for Raleigh. And Betty Bone coming in hot. But he calls her jam off before she can score any points.
On the jam line for Columbia, we have Storm. And for RJR, we have Alter Ego. Storm getting out with lead jammer, as Raleigh Jammer is stuck behind the hard Columbia wall. Stormcloud going to the box with a back block. Alter Ego sneaking through the inside line on his initial. Alter Ego trying to call off the jam, but it's not lead jammer. trying to get 4 points but gets knocked out by the Raleigh blockers. Storm Cloud getting out the pack for 4 points. Raleigh Jammers sneaking through on the inside line to get 4 points. Storm Cloud going to the box again.
Raleigh is starting on a power jam with Storm Cloud in the box. Pam jamming for Raleigh on this power jam. Official timeout is called. Spidey Tense is put on the track. Storm Cloud's penalty getting cleared. Both jammers fight through. Spidey Tense fighting on that inside line and making it through quickly, receiving lead jammer for CJR. Pam passing the cover. Reaper is now the jammer for RJR. Jerry recycling them back. Spidey is knocked out and recycled back by Pluto. Reaper still fighting through the CJR for their initial. Jerry getting a penalty for a multiplayer, being sent to the box, leaving Reaper with 3 blockers. Spidey Tense making it through on the inside line, scoring 4 points for Columbia. This jam is 4-0. Flight Bite recycling that Raleigh jammer back. Spidey Tense falls over on an attempted apex. Raleigh is now on a power jam. CJR's jammer receiving a back block penalty. Benny sent to the box. CJR has 2 blockers out. Raleigh's on a power jam. Reaper still fighting her way. CJR's 2 blockers holding it strong. Cherry making it her way back to the pack. Reaper makes her way through for her initial pass. Raleigh plays offense, making Reaper get through on the inside line, scoring 4 points for Raleigh. CJR's jammer is back in, but the jam is called. Making this jam 4-4, Raleigh 22, Columbia 58.
All right, for Raleigh jammer, we have number 629 UFO, and for Columbia, we have number 319 Storm Cloud. Okay, so there was like a timeout. Just letting it know. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Storm Cloud gets lead, with UFO still fighting through this Columbia wall. Storm Cloud coming in hot, and is fighting to get 4 points, and gets by that inside line, scoring 4 points for Columbia. Whoa. Storm Cloud getting by that inside line again, scoring 8 points for Columbia. We have UFO still fighting for this Columbia wall. And UFO getting by on their initial pass. Storm getting by on that inside line, scoring another 4 points. Making that a 16-point jam for Columbia, with the score being 74 and 22.
On the jam line for RJR, we have Hams. And for Columbia, we have Spidey. Spidey getting through. This her initial. On her initial. Raleigh Jammer knocking out all them Columbia blockers. Spidey's getting 4 points, and the Raleigh Jammer is right behind her. Spidey calling out the jam as she gets 4 points.
I have no idea. Which one is that? That's Reaper, right? Which one? Squiggle. That's Squiggle, right?
Jamming for Columbia, we have Stormcloud, and jamming for Raleigh, we have Squiggle. Both jammers fighting their way through. Squiggle making it through for their initial pass, picking up lead jammer for Raleigh. Stormcloud following shortly behind, making her way through on the outside line. Squiggle and Stormcloud are fighting. Pam makes her way back to the track. CJR with 2 blockers. Squiggle makes an apex on the inside line, scoring a quick 4 points for Raleigh. Stormcloud still fighting her way through the blockers. The jam is called off by Squiggle, leaving this jam 4-0 in favor of Raleigh. Oh, Raleigh is starting on a power jam. Stormcloud makes her way to the box.
All right, on the jam line for Raleigh, we have Pluto. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, Zimmer getting through on the outside, making his initial pass. Raleigh playing some effective offense and getting him through again, making him score 4 points for Raleigh. Betty Bone hitting Pluto out, recycling him. While Stormcloud fights through the Raleigh pack, getting their initial, and is now able to score points. Both jammers making it through the pack. And Pluto calling it off. 8 points for Raleigh and 4 points for Columbia.
On the jam line for RJR, we have Nervous Rex. And for Columbia, we have Spidey Tense. Spidey getting out on his initial jam. Cherry holding that RJR jammer. Spidey getting out with the 4 points. Spidey getting knocked down on the lines as Sprite Bite is going to the box. RJR Jammer getting out on their initial, while Spidey Chance gets another 4 points, making this a 12-point jam.
Jamming for RJR, we have PB and Jammer, and jamming for CJR, we have Storm Cloud. CJR starting with 3 blockers.
Sprite Bite, somebody said stay out the box.
Raleigh sucking back on them. Storm Cloud starting the jam out with a power jam, or not a power jam, jammer battle. Storm Cloud making her way through on her initial pass. PB and Jammer still fighting his way. PB and Jammer makes his way through for his initial Raleigh. Storm Cloud gets out on the inside line, quickly calling the jam for CJR, leaving this jam 4 for Columbia and 0 for Raleigh.
Okay, guys, for Raleigh, we have number 101 Chicken, and for Columbia, we have number 323 Pound Cake. That's how you know more. Whoa. Chicken just got recycled by Brother Bet. And Pound Cake getting lead jammer and is now able to score points while we have Chicken still fighting this Columbia wall. Whoa! Oh my gosh! Chicken getting through on their initial pass with a big hit on Brother Bet. And we have number 323 Pound Cake getting through again, calling it off 4 points. Sorry guys. Oh. On the line for Columbia, we have Storm Cloud, and for RJR, we have Squiggle. Storm Cloud quickly getting through on her initial. Storm Cloud getting her first 4 points while Squiggle is getting held. Oh, no, Squiggle's getting through. Storm Cloud jumping to Apex for 4 points and calling it off. Whoa!
Whoa! Jamming for Raleigh, we have Falter Ego, and jamming for Columbia, we have Spidey Tense. Both jammers make their way up to the pack, both pushing. Falter Ego makes it quickly on the outside line for initial pass. Spidey Tense is getting recycled by Raleigh. Falter Ego makes it quickly around, fighting for 4 points, but getting recycled by Pound Cake. Spidey Defense gets knocked out. Pam is sent to the box. Spidey Defense makes his initial, falling over. Alter Ego makes their way around the pack again. Alter Ego gets knocked out into the crowd. Spidey is fighting. The jam is called off, leaving Raleigh with 4 points, Columbia 0, making the score 38-114 in favor of Columbia.
That was crazy. Guys, shout out to Joel. Look at him go. Shout out to Joel. Say I if you go to Joel for pumpkin. Alright, for Raleigh jamming, we have Gloom Beetle and Spidey Tents is still in the box, so this is a power jam for Raleigh. Well, look at Crew. That's not biased. Yo, what kind of Oscars? None of us know. We're out. None. I just look here. I want another Pokeball. My Pokeball's okay, we have Raleigh lining up to do some offense for Gloom Beetle. Spidey Tent's coming immediately out of the penalty box. Whoa. Spidey Tent's getting by that inside line, scoring lead jammer for Columbia. We have Alter Ego still fighting hard through that Columbia wall. Alter Ego being recycled by number 333 Cherry Bomb, but Cherry Bomb's being sent to the box. Both jammers are fighting through these really hard walls. And Spidey Tent's getting through once again, scoring 4 points for Columbia. With Alter Ego getting around that outside line. Whoa, look at these jammers go, guys. Whoa. And the jam is called.
On the jam line for Raleigh, we have PB and Jammer, and for Columbia, we have Storm Cloud. Storm Cloud getting through, getting lead jammer, while Raleigh's jammer is stuck behind the Columbia blockers. Storm Cloud getting through with her first 4 points. Raleigh jammer getting through and is now available to get some points. Storm Cloud gets through on the inside line for another 4 points. Raleigh blocker gets through for 4 points while Storm Cloud calls the jam.
Jamming for Raleigh, we have Gloom Beetle, and jamming for Columbia, we have Brother Bit! Where's the note that we got for Brother Bit? The sticky note.
Oh, my dog's in.
Shout out to Brother Bit, where my dog's at! That was weak. Both Gloom Beetle and Brother Bit fighting their way through. Brother Bit making his way on the inside line for his initial pass. Raleigh getting their initial pass, passing the star. Brother Bit gets sent to the box, leaving this a power jam for Raleigh. Offense from Raleigh. Letting Kid Flash make their way through on the inside line for their 4 points for Raleigh. Where's Kid Flash? Kid Flash makes her way back to the pack, fighting through Columbia, getting recycled back. Benny Bone holding her. Brother Bit makes his way back. Brother Bit slamming into that Raleigh wall, pushing them up out of play and making his way through for 4 points, or his initial pass. Kid Flash still fighting through that Columbia wall. Offense from Raleigh to help her. Brother Bit is sent back to the box, leaving Raleigh with another power jam. Offense from Raleigh, but Benny Bone holds strong. Kid Flash makes her way through on the outside line, scoring another 4 points for Raleigh, making this an 8-point jam. Kid Flash approaches, knocking Benny Bone over, and nice offense from Raleigh, helping her get through and knocking Posey over, leaving Kid Flash with another 4 points, making this a 12-point jam for Raleigh. Kid Flash makes her way back, and the jam is called, making this a 12-point jam for Raleigh, leaving the score 54 to 129 in favor of Columbia.
Hey guys.
Whoa. Okay, for Raleigh, we have number 101 Chicken, and for Columbia, we have number 319 Storm Cloud. I couldn't remember her name. Whoa, we have Storm Cloud getting by that inside line, getting the jammer for Columbia. Whoa, and we have Chicken giving hard hits and getting through for their initial pass, following close behind Storm Cloud and making her call it off.
All right, halftime. At halftime, the score is 54-133 with Columbia in the lead. Make sure you go by the bake sale and concessions run by Columbia Junior Rollers.
All right, and with that, we are over halftime and heading into the second half. Starting at this second half, we got Columbia sitting at 133 and Raleigh at 54. And with that, the second period has begun. And with that, Spidey Tense is out of the pack and coming around for a scoring pass. Raleigh's jammer is stuck in that pack, trying to get its way through. And with that, Raleigh's jammer is heading to the box for a power jam for Columbia. And another scoring pass for Columbia. And Raleigh's jammer is out of the pack, coming around for their first scoring pass. And with that, Jam 2 has started. UFO jamming for Raleigh, and Storm Cloud on Columbia. Storm Cloud getting out for our lead jammer. If you haven't had a chance, please make sure you go back and eat some of our delicious concessions that our Columbia Junior Rollers have provided. I can attest it's really good lunch back there. Also, check out the bake sale if you have a sweet tooth and you want to get a sweet treat. Both walls doing a great job of holding those jammers. And with that, Columbia takes lead jammer. And we're back to a power jam for Columbia. Spidey Tense getting through that pack.
Columbia has gained lead jammer. Both jammers are out of the pack and coming around for a scoring pass. And quick call off by Columbia. And Raleigh takes lead jammer. Both jammers out of the pack, coming for a scoring pass. Raleigh's jammer is out. Columbia is still trying to get through that wall. We got Brother Bit jamming for Columbia and Chicken for Raleigh. And with that, Columbia's jammer is heading to the penalty box. And with that, we are exchanging jammers as Raleigh's jammer heads to the penalty box. And with that, Columbia's jammer is out. And with that, Columbia's jammer is back to the penalty box. Raleigh's jammer trying to find a way through that pack. Raleigh's wall trying their best to get that jammer out of the pack. But now here comes Columbia's jammer and is out and scoring 4 points. Raleigh's jammer still stuck in the pack, and with that, that'll come to the end of the jam. We've got Gloom Beetle jamming for Raleigh and Cornstarch for Columbia. And Cornstarch is out of the pack. Both jammers fighting to get through these walls. And with that, we have a panty pass for Columbia. Spidey Tents trying to get through and is through for the first scoring pass for Columbia. And with that backlock, jammer for Columbia is heading to the box. Raleigh's jammer has made it out of the pack and is coming around for their first scoring pass. Columbia's wall doing a good job of trying to keep that jammer, but the jammer is able to get out and get an additional 4. And with that, we have a timeout. Well, thank you everybody for coming out to our Southern Discomfort. If you haven't gotten enough Derby, WIFTA Regionals is also going to be hosted by Columbia Roller Derby this year, right down the street at the fairgrounds, May 22nd through 24th. Come out and see some great adult derby being played by the top 13 in the North America South region. Looks like our officials are doing a track check. And with that, we are back to Derby. And that is the start of Jam 8. We have Spidey Tents, for Columbia jamming, and Rainbow Crash for Raleigh. And Spidey Tents is out of the pack and is our lead jammer. Rainbow Crash trying to get around that Columbia wall. And Columbia's jammer is out for their first scoring pass. Raleigh's jammer still trying to get through that pack. And with that whip, they are out. Coming around for their first scoring, but Columbia calls it off. that, we've started Jam 9. Columbia is sitting at 192 against Raleigh's 66 points. And Columbia gets lead jammer. Raleigh Wall trying their best to help their jammer. And with that, both jammers are out of the pack. Raleigh's jammer trying to catch that Columbia jammer. Ooh. And with that, we are going to call the medics over to do a head check. Let's give a round to our Raleigh jammer. And a big thank you to all our officials for this tournament. We couldn't do these tournaments without you guys. With that whistle, we come ready to start the next part of this game. And with that, the start of Jam 10 has started. We got Spidey Tents finding the inside line, claiming that lead jammer. PB and Jammer trying to get out of that pack, but getting pulled back by Columbia's Wall. Both jammers fighting to get through these packs. And with that, Columbia's jammer is out again. And with that, we had a panty pass for Raleigh. UFO is now trying to find their way out of that strong Columbia Wall. Columbia's jammers coming back around for an additional scoring pass. But is getting stopped by that Raleigh Wall. And with that, Columbia's out again. UFO still trying to get through that pack. "20 seconds left on the jam clock. Spidey Tents coming around for an additional 4. Getting stuck in that pack a little bit. And is out. And with that, we have a 20-point scoring pass. And we have a timeout for Raleigh. Also, make sure that you guys are stopping by the merch tables for all of our different teams that are here represented. Make sure to pick up some merch. And with that, we start Jam 11. Columbia is sitting at 220, Raleigh at 66. And Raleigh gets lead jammer. Pluto coming around. That Columbia jammer right on their heels. Both jammers trying to make it through this pack. Unfortunately, Brother Bit heading to the penalty box. And Raleigh's jammer's out. And with a quick call off, make sure that the Columbia jammer cannot score an additional 4. And Columbia's jammer is out of the pack. And Raleigh's is right on their heels. And Columbia's jammer sneaks around on the inside. And Raleigh's jammer is out as well. Columbia's jammer coming around for an additional 4. And Raleigh's jammer is out of the pack. Columbia's jammer is trying to catch that Raleigh jammer. And Benny finding that inside lane, wide open. Raleigh's Wall doing their best to try to get their jammer out of that pack. Columbia jammer getting tied up on the outside there. And with that, the end of Jam 12. And with that, Columbia's jammer takes lead. Jammer. Raleigh's jammer finding that inside line is out of the pack. And quick call off by Columbia. And with that back block, Columbia's jammer is heading to the box. Pluto getting lead jammer. And sneaking around on the inside line, gets 4 points. Columbia's wall trying to hold that jammer, but Pluto finds that inside line and is back around, coming up for another additional scoring pass. Columbia's jammer is out of the box and through the pack. Oh, but is sent back to the box for an additional power jam for Raleigh. That Columbia wall sucking back to hold that jammer. Pluto's looking a little gassed, but still trying to get through that pack, and then calls it off. Raleigh is starting with a power jam. And Raleigh is wall playing some offense, trying to get their jammer through. But with that, Columbia's jammer is out of the penalty box. And Raleigh's jammer is out. Squiggle has lead jammer. Spidey Tense is also out of the pack and coming around. Spidey Tense is through the pack and coming back for more, but is called off by Raleigh. Time out for Raleigh. Well, we look forward to seeing you guys back in this area for the WIFTA Regionals. But if that's still not enough derby for you, the Junior Rollers Regionals is also going to be hosted by Columbia Junior Rollers right here, June 20th and 21st. So make sure you come out to see some of our really great, impressive young people coming up in the sport of roller derby. With that whistle, we start jam number 16. Columbia is sitting at 258, and Raleigh has made it up to 99. And with that, Columbia's jammer is out of the pack, and so is Raleigh's jammer. Oh, but Raleigh's jammer cut and is heading to the box for a power jam for Columbia. And Benny snakes way through that pack, getting first 4 points on the board. And Benny's through again for 4 more points. Raleigh's jammer is out of the penalty box and back on the track. Both jammers are out of the pack. Benny's coming around, get an additional 4. Raleigh's right behind. Raleigh is through the pack. Columbia's jammer is getting pulled back behind and is calling it off. And with that, Raleigh is at 103, Columbia 274. We've got Pam for Raleigh jamming and Storm Cloud for Columbia, who's out of the pack and has got lead jammer. Pam is also out of the pack and coming around to score some points, but is called off by Columbia's jammer. And with that, the jam is live. I don't think our jammers heard that whistle. And Raleigh has lead jammer. Squiggle getting out first, followed by Spider Tinsy coming around. And with that, Squiggle is out of the pack with an inside apex jump. Columbia also scores 4 points. And that's the start of Jam 19. Both jammers are out of the, actually just Columbia's jammer is out of the pack. And Raleigh's jammer is out of the pack. Columbia's jammer calls it off before they can score any points. start of Jam 20. We've got Columbia sitting at 284, Raleigh at 107. Both jammers are still stuck in the pack, trying to find a way through these walls. Some great offense done by Columbia, getting their jammer out. Raleigh's jammer still trying to get through that pack as Columbia's jammer is getting through for their first 4. And with that is the end of the second period. Get it up for these juniors. They're playing their hardest. So the unofficial score right now is Raleigh 107, Columbia 290. That's right. Let them see all your guys' numbers. And there we go, final score. Give it up for Columbia. Good job, juniors. And let's hear it for Raleigh. Great game. And then I'm going to need your MVPs. Great job, juniors.
Are the juniors the sunglasses, or does it not matter? Oh, okay.
All right, we're grabbing a quick photo. And we got a fight going on behind that photo. All right, let's go ahead and get those teams moved so we can get our next game underway.